Did Trump think Canada would simply give in? Wrong. When Washington imposed tariffs, Ottawa not only responded with mirror measures, but also went further. Now a key U.S. artery is under threat: access to Alaska. How did we get to this point? Can Canada really cut off Alaska? And how will the White House react? Let's find out. It all started with the Trump administration's imposition of 25% tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. The official reason? National security. But in reality, it was the latest in a series of economic standoffs.
Front facing the Detroit skyline.
Trump is not making America great. He's making America hate. We love Americans. Dump Trump.
It's a message not just about...
Canada didn't take it lying down and announced retaliatory tariffs worth $155 billion, hitting American products including cars, food, and energy. Alaska is one of the most isolated states in the United States. The only land route from Alaska to the continental United States is through Canada, specifically British Columbia and the Yukon. If Canada decides to restrict this route, the consequences will be catastrophic. Food and fuel supply disruptions. Alaska imports most of its food. Economic damage. Roads that pass through Canada are vital for trade. Energy impact. Even oil and gas supplies could be at risk. Canadian authorities have already begun to act. New duties on American trucks. Now shipping goods to Alaska has become more expensive. Tighter controls at the border. Checks have become longer. Delays on the roads have increased. Restricted access to Canadian electricity. Ontario threatens to raise tariffs on electricity exports to the United States. The U.S. has already begun to feel the consequences. Down-arrow automotive companies, Ford, Tesla, GM, are losing the Canadian market. Farmers in the U.S. are losing a key buyer, Canada. Oil and gas prices could rise sharply. Senators from Alaska are already demanding Washington's intervention, but will the U.S. have enough leverage? If the conflict escalates, Canada may take even more drastic measures. Closing roads and railways, the only route to Alaska will be blocked. Restricting maritime supplies, ships will be forced to choose expensive and difficult routes. Restricting airspace, this will hit military and commercial shipping. Possible outcomes of the conflict: 1. Negotiations and compromise. The U.S. and Canada find a way out and cancel tariffs. 2. Escalation and continuation of the trade war. The situation gets out of control, which leads to new sanctions. 3. A complete breakdown in relations. Canada turns to Asia and Europe, and the U.S. loses a reliable partner. The conflict between the U.S. and Canada could become one of the largest economic wars of our time. Will a compromise be found, or will we see a split between the two largest economies in North America? Write in the comments, how far can Canada go? Can the U.S. retreat without losing face? What future awaits Alaska?